event, I'll be teaching you a beautiful checkmate trap against the Alekhai's defense. So watch till the end and now let's begin. You have to start the game with 1 e4, the pawn's king's pawn opening, and he will reply with knight f6. This is pretty rare, this is the Alekhai's defense, and now here's a small trap for that. We'll play pawn e5, attacking his knight, and the best square here for knight is knight d5. Like if he goes knight e4, it can simply be attacked by any of these pawns, and like this can simply be taken by the queen. So the best square here is knight d5, and we will play knight f3, adding another defender to this pawn on e5 as well as developing the knight. He is most likely to play pawn d6, trying to exchange this really strong pawn, but actually we will not exchange this pawn but play bishop c4, hitting his knight. Now the best move here is this can easily be attacked, and that looks a bit that is not passive, but that's simply blundering a knight. So the best move here is playing knight b6. After this, he is hitting our bishop, but actually rather than going bishop to b3 or bishop to d3, we have a really beautiful and really strong move here. We will play bishop takes f7, sacrificing the bishop beautifully. His king has two moves, taking the bishop or going to d7. Now d7 is really dangerous because after pawn to e6 check, king goes to c6, and we have knight to d4 check, and his king is really exposed and will be checkmated soon. So he is almost forced to take the bishop, and after he takes the bishop, we will give him a check. Knight to g5. His king has three squares: king to e8, king to g8, and king to g6. Now, which one of them is the best? After he plays king g6, his king is really exposed, so this is obviously not the best move. And after this, actually, we can simply push this pawn, and after some moves, we can also develop our knight, and his king will be gone. So this is obviously not the best move. And after this, if we place king e8, we have pawn e6, and believe me, we are in a big winning advantage, and he is completely cramped, and none of his pieces will be getting developed because of this really strong pawn on e6. So the best move here is playing king g8, getting a bit of safety for the king, and actually right now we don't have any threats, and his king looks pretty safe right now. So we'll play queen f3, threatening a mate in 1 on f7, and now it's a checkmate. So the best move to save the checkmate is queen to e8. Now bishop, this cannot save a checkmate because this is simply hanging, and queen e8 looks the safest way to save the checkmate. After this, we'll play pawn to e6. This is a really crucial move, and you have to remember it. This is really crucial because we are adding another attacker to the f7 square, which is really weak right now. Now the best move here is playing pawn to g6, getting the safe square of g7 for the king, because right now his king does not have any square. But actually that is really unusual, and most of the players in this position will play pawn h6. This might look that we have to get the knight back, and after this we do not have enough attack because the queen is completely safeguarding the king, and this rook is also looking a bit strong, and the king looks pretty safe, and he will develop his knight and do something. But actually after the move pawn h6, it is a forced mate in 2, guys. Can you find it? Kudos to you if you found the move queen f7. That is a mate in 2. He does not have any moves but taking the queen with his queen, and actually pawn takes f7 is a beautiful checkmate here with just the pawn and the knight. This is a really beautiful trap, and you should definitely try this. And guys, if you want to play against me in a game of chess, you can comment down your ID, and also comment how did you enjoy this video. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more and hit the like button for more. Bye bye and see you later.